Good to see you back, guys. Once again, I'm back with a new tutorial related JavaScript. And in this tutorial, we are going to learn JavaScript arrays. In our previous tutorials, we learned about data types. Basically, we have total 7 data types: string, number, boolean, array, object, null, and undefined. And in our previous tutorials, we already learned about string data type, number data type, boolean data type, and undefined data type. And in this tutorial, we are going to learn array data type. But before, let's try to understand what is array. As you can see in our previous tutorial, we create a variable. In my case, x, and x assigned with 50. And here you can see we store one value in one variable. But I want to assign multiple value in one variable. And if I use comma between values, in that case, it's going to return error. Now, if you try to print this variable, it's going to return error. You cannot use comma between values like that. But if you use double quotes and then use values and between them use comma, in that case, double quotes convert this integer into a string. And now if you print this variable, it's not going to return error, but it's going to return this string, the complete string. With number, it's going to print the comma. That's why you cannot perform a mathematical calculation using this value. To resolve this kind of problem, we have arrays. To create an array, first you need to take a variable name. In our case, x. Then inside the square braces, you need to take values. And between values, you need to use comma. As you can see, here we pass total 3 values. But you can pass multiple values as what you want. And remember, now these are all different values. Suppose you want to access second value from this array. So how can we do it? There is a special method that you can access value from arrays. Let me show you. We can access array values from their index number. As you can see, from 0th index, we have 10. From first index, we have 15. From second index, we have 20. And remember, our array always starts with 0 index. And if you want to access this 15 number, in that case, you need to mention variable x index number 1. Then it's going to return this number. So, to make it more clear, let's start the practical and see how it's works. As you can see, side by side, I open my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension. And I already created a HTML document named index.html. So at first, I'm going to create a variable. Where, and our variable name is ARY. ARY means array. You can take any variable name. Then, inside the square braces, I'm going to pass some values. And here, I'm going to pass some numeric values. 10, 15, 20. Let's add some more value, 25, 30. And then after, I'm going to use semicolon. And now I want to print this variable in my document. So here I'm going to type document dot write. Inside the round braces, I'm going to print this array. So here I'm going to type ARY. Then semicolon to end this line. If I set this file, here you can see the result in my browser. Let's increase the browser size to visually clear. So as you can see, it prints all the variables from this array. And now you want to print one particular value from this array. You want to print second index value. For that, after variable name, you need to use square braces. And I want to print index number 2. And as I told you earlier, our array starts from 0 index, 0, 1, and 2. So here I want to pass 2. If I set this file, now you can see it print 20. And if I pass any index number which is not exist in this array, in that case, let me show you. So here I'm going to pass 10. As you can see, we don't have 10 value in this list. If I save this file, now you can see it print undefined. Because no value is exist in this index number. That's why it return undefined. And now you want to print all the value again. But in this time, you want to print all the value in a different line. You don't want to print this value at a single line. For that, we need to use for loop. So here, I'm going to use for loop. So here, I'm going to type for. And inside the round braces, at first, I'm going to initialize a value. Where a assigned with 0. Why 0? Because our array starts from 0 index. That's why I use 0. So we start our loop from 0. And now we need to create the condition. So here I'm going to type a less than equal to 4. Now the question is, why I use 4? Because our last index number is 4. That's why I use 4. Then after semicolon, we need to increment this value, a plus plus. And inside the curly braces, here I'm going to print a document statement. Document dot write, inside the round braces, I'm going to call the array. Array. If I print only this statement, it's going to print our whole array 5 times. But I don't want to print our complete array 5 times. I want to print their values. So that's why here I'm going to use square braces again. And I'm going to pass a variable, a. So every time when it increments the value, it's going to pass the value here. And it's going to print the index number. With that, also I'm going to add a break to break the line. So after concatenation sign, I'm going to type inside the double quotes BR. So if I save this file, you can see the result. First it print 10, then 15, 20, 25 and 30. So as you can see, these values are print different line. And also you can insert this value into a UL tag, otherwise li tags. Let me show you. So before the for loop, I'm going to take UL tag. So I'm going to type document dot write, inside the round braces, inside the double quotes, I'm going to take UL tag, UL. Then I'm going to end this line. With that, also we need to close this tag. So I'm going to copy this line, and after for loop, I'm going to paste it here. And here I'm going to use closing tag. And for our list item, I'm going to take li tag inside the for loop. So here, inside the double quotes, I'm going to take li tag, li. And then I'm going to use concatenation sign. And also we need to end the li tag after br tag. So I'm going to copy the li tag from this place. And here, after br tag, I'm going to use concatenation sign again. And then I'm going to call the li tag. And I'm going to close it. So if I save this file, as you can see in my browser, these are all list item now. And now you decide you want to addition all these array values and return the total. For that, you need to take a variable, var, and our variable name is sum. Sum assigned with 0. Then we are going to end this line. Then inside the for loop, I'm going to call the variable again, sum. Sum equal to sum plus, and I want to add sum with this array value. So every time it's add a new value to the old value and override the value. Then outside the loop, after UL tag, I'm going to print this sum. So here I'm going to type document dot write, insert the round braces, I'm going to call the variable sum. Then semicolon to end this line. Then outside the curly braces, we need to call this variable. So here I'm going to type document dot write, inside the round braces, inside the double quotes, I'm going to print total. Then colon. And after quotation, I'm going to use concatenation sign. And here I'm going to call the variable. And our variable name is sum. And semicolon to end this line. So if I save this file, as you can see, it's print the total. The total is 100. If you add this 5 number, it's going to return 100. And remember, also you can take string value, boolean value, null value. Let me show you. So here, I'm going to add a string. I'm going to add a name, add one. With that, here I'm going to pass a boolean value, Chrome. Also, I'm going to pass a null value, null. So before I save this file, here you can see we use different data types. That's why it's not going to add the number. So I'm going to comment out this line. Also, I'm going to comment out this line which is in my for loop. After save this file, as you can see, it print all the value in our list items. And their data type is different. So now it's clear for you, here you can use mixed data type also. Because their index is different. That's why you can use mixed data type. Just you need to remember it, our arrays start from 0th index. So in our upcoming tutorials, we are going to learn more about arrays. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned.